the problem in ministry, Michelle, is we give ministry roles to people and give them too much to do.
You don't say.
Did I do that to you? By the way, Michelle and I work together here at Christ Fellowship Stewart Campus, and I want to apologize to you in front of all of our audience.
I think at one time I was the connections coordinator and the campus coordinator.
And I had you singing, and I had you pastoring and doing the journey class, and your husband was an unpaid volunteer. But I do think that whether you're in bigger churches or especially smaller churches, we minimize what it takes to lead ministry. It's easy. Just get volunteers. Just be there.
Yeah.
You can do a Bible study on Wednesday night and Sunday. I talked to a lot of, especially the younger generation, the 20s and 30s, and we put them in a ministry role and say, be a youth pastor and a worship leader.
Yes, I think a lot of churches do want a 2-for-1. I just came across this statistic that said, talking about age categories in ministry, and it was from 2023, and it said that pastors between the ages of 40 plus years are 77% of the current ministry population. Between the ages of 30 and 40 are 17% of the ministry population. And get this, between the ages of 20 and 30, 5% of the ministry population, which surprised me. I thought that there would be more younger people going into ministry, but statistics say that that's not the truth.
Yeah, I think that, and I've been guilty of that. As I was able to hire another position or even a volunteer position, I thought, yeah, just organize every Saturday and also be there Wednesday night. And we think it's just 1 or 2 days a week, but it's not the event that is so difficult, Michelle. It's the volunteers, it's the discipleship, it's the structure, the preparation, the evaluation. There's so much more to it. So I wonder if many of you are watching and you're in a dual role on your staff team. That's hard. I'm the children's pastor and I'm doing the production team. Or you work a full-time job and you are a pastor and the church just kind of assumes and expects you to be at every hospital visit, be the theologian, take care of the budget, and raise the team.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
And I think even we have plant churches, like we have these wonderful organizations like ARC, who they're planting churches, and so it's these, you are the be-all for that ministry, and having to be multi-faceted in order to fill all of these different gaps inside of your church that you're trying to build, or to be just a newly hired young adult that's having to fill a dual role. I think I found it in my case that the expectations for the job go way outside of the job description, and we just keep adding without analyzing what we're adding into or what we're giving to these people that are on staff to do ministry.
Well, no wonder that's an awful statistic that you shared about young adult leaders. We need 20s and 30-year-olds, their passion, their relevance in today's society, their gift sets, their anointing. And I spend a lot of time, Michelle, with younger adults or young marrieds with kids and think, now I got this kid and I got 2 roles, now 2 jobs in one. So talk about how you can help us figure out how we can label those gaps and organize chaos, organize multiple roles.
Yes.
Is it possible?
I believe it is. I found that it was for myself because I had, like I said, I was doing multiple roles in a church. And so I felt that pressure and that weight of, oh my goodness, there's a lot weighing on me. I'm responsible for a lot of glass and rubber balls that I'm trying to juggle and bounce. So I found that in order for me to really analyze for myself, I had to see it all at one time. And so the best thing for me was sticky notes. And that's why we have little sticky note icons on the book. But that's the reason, is because I had a sticky note exercise where I put every single thing that I was responsible for, reported for, just needed to know about. I put every single one of those things on its individual sticky note. And after a while, I had a whiteboard full of sticky notes. And And it was really good. I think we talk about analyzing.
Yeah.
It was really good for me to see all the things that I was doing, not in a pat myself on the back, I'm proud of you way, but like, wow, the weight of ministry, the things I was stewarding became real and evident when I saw them all in one place. But God even allowed himself to step back and say, this is good. And in that moment, it was good for me to say, this is good. What I'm doing has impact and has relevance. And so for that reason alone, it was a good exercise. But there's more. To take it to the point where I was honing in on what I was supposed to focus on, that like you had said before, like that, where am I going to spend 80% of my time?
Yep.
I needed to label the sticky notes. And so I did with what is a requirement, what is a return, and then what is a reward.